This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.
Hi, my name is Igor Kheifets, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to another edition of the List Building Lifestyle with your host, Igor Kheifets. Nobody's safe from traffic scams, even a grizzled vet like me. A couple of years ago, I've had the pleasure of buying traffic from a gentleman I met in person at the Soloed Summit in Orlando. And this guy seemed okay to me, so I decided to run about 1,000 clicks with him, which is the usual test amount of traffic I purchase from anybody I start working with. And this test went really well, so I scaled. And when I say scaled, I really mean scaled, because over the next 3 months, I went ahead and I purchased over $10,000 worth of traffic from this fella. But then I noticed after a couple of months that my sales were down. In fact, I'm not even sure why I didn't check the stats on an ongoing basis, but somehow, at that time, I noticed that something was off, and I started checking my conversions. First, I checked my overall conversions, and then I checked conversions per source. And what I discovered is that I was getting a lot of traffic that was not converting into customers. In fact, not only that, I discovered that a lot of this traffic was not converting into email subscribers that open emails. And a lot of my emails were undelivered. And so I checked my Hotjar recordings. Now, Hotjar is a software which you can get for as little as $20-something per month. It's a screen capture software which you install on your homepage on your website that records your visitors' activity, so you can see how to improve your website. You can see where people are scrolling up and down, which headlines they're reading, which headlines they're ignoring, and you're able to quickly identify the weak and the strong spots of your copy. After checking that recording, I noticed something really weird. Now, Hotjar doesn't usually tell you landing page specific data. You just slap your code, and it just gives you the entire thing, for all the traffic coming to your website. It does not know how to differentiate, into a specific source. So after checking my Hotjar recordings, I noticed that there was a lot of traffic that was behaving in the exact same way. These were clicks coming from mobile devices located in the USA that would opt in to my opt-in page, and then on my sales page, which is the next page right after my squeeze page, they would just scroll all the way down within like 1.5 seconds and close the page. And this behavior was really just cookie cutter behavior. You could see it literally on every single click that I'm talking about. So I went ahead, I took out these IP addresses, and I checked them against my data, and turned out that all these clicks were coming from this guy. And moreover, I went ahead and I checked the email addresses that opted in through the same IP data, and I discovered that none of these email addresses were actually delivered. So I ended up paying $10,000, actually over $10,000, to this gentleman for fake leads. Not only they were fake in the way they were, checking out my sales page and not acting or anything, but I also could not email these people and make sales on the follow-up. So I've gone ahead, I took out the video recording of this behavior, I took the IP data, the timestamps, the email addresses, and I confronted him, and I demanded all my money back. Now, because I had proof, of course, he gave me my money back, and, thankfully he doesn't sell any traffic anymore. But what this story tells you is that the danger of buying fake leads is real. There's a ton of people out there still selling you fake traffic, which you have to be absolutely careful from purchasing, because oftentimes it looks exactly like regular clicks. And one of the best ways that I find to be able to fight these scams is to use what I call real-time email verification on your squeeze pages. Which is why, here at Igor Solowitz, we actually developed a real-time email validator, which we install on each and every single one of our customer squeeze pages, because that allows us to protect our customers from getting fake leads. Now, just in case you're wondering, okay, but most people probably sell you good leads because they got testimonials and they got, these slick pages. But I assure you, the thing is that 99% of people who buy traffic cannot determine whether they get fake leads or not. Most people determine the validity of the leads they're getting based on the opt-in rate, which, I mean, it's really the wrong way to go about it because it's really easy to fake the opt-in rate. In fact, this guy who scammed me for 10 grand, he developed a special script, a robot script, if you will, that was designed to get on any landing page, locate the opt-in form, whether Aweber or GetResponse or anything else, and then inject an email address into the GetResponse or Aweber form using a database. Now, he probably should have, injected real email addresses into that database, but regardless, he injected emails into the form, making it look like you're getting, 40 and 50% email open rates, which, to most people, that's like the holy grail of list building. So that is why when you are buying traffic from somebody for the first time or even the second, the third time, you should always keep in mind that you have to closely monitor all your metrics. We're talking not just the opt-in rates. We're also talking your email open rates. We're talking CTR. We're talking email delivery rates. You have to watch your bounce rates because if your bounce rate is rather high, chances are you're mailing a dead list. You should also remember that there's things like spam traps and dead emails that these scammers can easily import into your list. They can inject all this data into your list and thus compromising your email account because the autoresponder companies always scan the list for quality, which means if they find all kinds of nasty bad emails and dead emails and spam traps, they will either put you on a really bad mailing IP or they can just ban you without giving you any reason whatsoever, which is why anytime you run a paid traffic campaign, every now and again, obviously it doesn't make sense to do it every single time you run a campaign, but every now and again, you want to export your list and use a list cleaning service to see what your list hygiene is at the time. And most of the time, you'll find that about 30% of your list is either junk, fake, or just useless. And the thing about the autoresponder companies that they love when you export your list, you clean it up, and you import back in, they actually reward you with better delivery for doing something like that. Okay, so just to refresh, just to kind of go over what we've talked about today. First and foremost, the danger of fake traffic, of fake leads is real. It's still out there, never went away. In fact, if anything, these mechanisms, these, lead injecting mechanisms are getting more and more sophisticated, which is the reason why it's so important to always be working with a reputable traffic source. Next, if you'd like to get protected against these scams, it is absolutely vital that you use a real-time email verification on your squeeze pages. Now, this is not something you get with your basic squeeze page builders like Lead Pages and ClickFunnels and all that other stuff. They don't offer this service because it's expensive to code something like that and to support it. However, if you are Igor Solovet's customer, you get a squeeze page with real-time email validation installed. So the traffic that you're receiving to your page, these prospects literally cannot enter a fake email to get on your list. It's impossible. They have to give you the real email of theirs in order to proceed, which is awesome because it keeps your list clean and you're only paying for real leads. Okay. And third, always be tracking your stats, always be watching your metrics, always be, closely examining your numbers because you never know if the traffic seller sent you one good campaign and then start sending you bad campaigns after that, because that's exactly what happened to me. The first campaign this dude sent me was really, really good. He actually sent me real traffic, which I made money with. However, once I got comfortable and he noticed that, then he started sending me kind of mixing the fake leads into the whole thing. So always, always, always be measuring your traffic results. What's your opt-in rates, what's your email bounce rates, what's your open rates, what's your sales, be eyeing that thing like a hawk because you can easily get scammed for thousands of dollars if you're not careful. So this is Igor with the List Building Lifestyle. I appreciate you tuning in today. If you would like to get a free squeeze page with 100% real-time email validation installed. All you have to do is just become a customer of Igor Solowets at igorsolowets.com. And until next time we chat, have a good one. Thank you for listening to The List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kheifets, and until next time we talk, have a good one.
This is the podcastfactory.com.